The world is currently mourning the death of Grandmaster Daniel Naroditsky. Daniel, from everything that I know, was a great man. He was actually an exceptionally talented player, especially a very great teacher online. He had a big YouTube channel, which he actually had a good amount of views on. I was actually pretty impressed by it. So this is his YouTube channel. He has 500,000 subscribers, and actually each of his videos is getting like over 100k views. So he was actually pretty popular, and he actually was a great teacher, one of the best. Even some people say, even Magnus said that he actually watched a bunch of analysis by Daniel, so he actually respected his analysis of games and so on. And you can actually see that his last upload is actually 5 days ago, and he died on the 19th, so on Sunday, and today we have Thursday. And just 5 days ago, so this was actually released on October the 18th, so this was actually released 1 day before he died. It's insane. So he was still posting content just a day before he died. And up here you can actually see Daniel with Garry Kasparov. He actually achieved his Grandmaster title when he was only 18. Everybody is currently asking themselves what happened, and I think it's pretty clear what happened. There's actually an article stating pretty clearly that Daniel Naroditsky probably died from possible suicide or drug overdose, or maybe those two things could be true at the same time, by the way. I think it's pretty clear. Somebody found him at his home, and it's pretty clear that he probably took his life. This is not confirmed, but it's very likely. And we will get to the main subject of this video, Mr. Vladimir Kramnik. And I think one thing I want to note is that on Daniel's last video, we can actually see that people knew that Daniel was actually struggling. So there is one comment over here 5 days ago, which is actually on the release of this video. Somebody saying, "Look after yourself, mate. There is so much love for you out in the world." So this is a supportive statement. Daniel Naroditsky actually liked this comment. So he was aware that people were concerned with his well-being, but this actually didn't change anything for him. And people are always saying he was a great mentor. People just have the most positive things to say about Daniel. Also, we don't even know when his time of death was, so maybe some people are actually speculating that he killed himself after his last upload, or there was even a live stream, I think, but I think that live stream was before his upload. He was clearly not feeling well, and you can actually hear him talk about it in the beginning.
Well, let's get the show on the road. Welcome, everybody, to another speedrun episode. You thought I was gone forever. I know that the episodes have been few and far between. I've been sort of taking kind of a creative break, deciding future avenues of content. So I won't delve too much into it right now because I know everybody's excited for some chess games. So we're going to pick up where we left off.
So, but it even gets more clear on his last live stream, actually. There he actually says a bit more about it.
Welcome to a short stream, some blitz, some warm-up. Just want to make sure my head is in the right space, and maybe I'll do a YouTube video live, but we'll see how I feel. I don't want to go late, so. What? Yeah, definitely Iron Fist. No trolling tonight. Let's be on our best Sunday best. Hopefully I'll be on my Saturday best tomorrow, which is a big if, but we'll see. Yeah, I really should not browse Reddit because I irrationally let certain comments get to me, and I know better than that. At least it got down to it. Yeah, I'll read it out later, but
you can actually hear that there's clearly a voice crack. He's very upset with those statements on Reddit. That's very apparent. So you can hear how much he's troubled by what people are saying on Reddit about him. Even though he's saying the thread got downvoted, he's still just very upset with it.
There's a particular type of comment that that people from time to time, an opinion that people express, which is always well-intentioned. Like, people who express this opinion are always doing it from a place of love, shall we say. It is an opinion in regards to my handling of, like, the Kramnik saga. But this particular opinion, I have an irrational, just, like, hatred, a burning hatred of this opinion, which is based on complete and, like, shocking ignorance of the situation. And I really shouldn't, charge people with the crime of ignorance and let it slide, but it's like it can be hard sometimes. Actually, nothing happened on Reddit for a long time. It's nice to see Reddit being so calm. I feel like there's been no, like Reddit chess has kind of been docile lately. I won't talk about it at length right now, but part of the problem is that people, as I've said, seemingly endless times, when you don't know all the facts of a situation and you know that someone else does, in this case me, and I tell you something which is just sort of a fact and is based on my perception of things, which is far deeper and more nuanced than like someone who's looking at it from the outside. If you choose not to believe me, then probably with respect, it's best that you like not be my fan. Like in that case, you think I'm insane or like fundamentally just like not well in the head. But if you do believe me, then, you know, the conclusion that I didn't, like, I was too sensitive or whatever is not a conclusion that is possible to reach. So it's like one or the other. Anyways, let's talk more about the US Championship and how I'm going to lose on time this game.
So then at the tail end of the stream, actually something kind of weird happens. That is something that I just saw for the first time. I'm very confused by this. I don't know who's in the background, but there's somebody who's actually talking to him later on. Let's see how the setup is. So he's currently obsessed with this game, which is normal. Like he's just a pro player, just very into this one specific chess game, which is fine.
Check. It's a cornucopia. And one more. Until the next loss. That was a nice game. That was actually surprisingly a nice game.
You can tell he is in a weird mood. I have seen a bunch of content from him before, especially commentating games, and he's like a very confident dude usually, very straight to the point. Like he seems very off here.
We stop at our next loss. Okay, Bakuro is suddenly online.
He seems to be very sad here. He has like a very sad look in his eyes, and I think this is now what's happening. Somebody's like in this room.
Okay, next loss. Maybe that's never. Never say never.
Also like a very weird statement.
Okay, who else wants to receive a beating? Mikola back online. Lots of people.
Daniel, finish the stream.
Alright. Alright. Can I end on the next loss?
No. I'm gonna unplug it if you don't end it.
So somebody is telling him he has to finish the stream, otherwise this person is gonna unblock his either his internet or his I don't know, PC or something. This person is basically saying streaming right now is not good for your mental health. And I think what's actually happening, he is currently either seeing comments or he has the Reddit open. He's seeing some sort of negative feedback to his online play. And I think it might be people who are just talking about the Kramnik situation, talking about him being accused of cheating. And I think that is currently what's going on. I think this person's saying this has to stop.
The stream part, not the playing part, the stream.
So this person is saying you can still play. It's not a problem that you play online chess. Problem is you should stop streaming. Streaming for a long time is not good for your mental health. I think that is actually what happens.
But the problem is, ever since the Kramnik stuff, I feel like if I start doing well, people assume the worst of intentions. Like, why did he end the stream? Suddenly start playing well. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean, but you don't have anything to prove to those people.
This is absolutely true, by the way.
The issue is just the lingering effect of it. One final game.
Daniel, just end the stream and then you can play as much as you want.
Well, my curfew is 2 a.m.
I know, but just end the stream. You have a big event tomorrow as well.
I know, and I've been taking it seriously.
So I think actually this might be somebody who's training him in chess. Like everybody who's like a halfway competitive player actually has a trainer. This trainer is just saying, don't do this like nonsense, like talking to these people or reading these people's comments and their like live stream chat for a long time. Just don't do that. Concentrate on your game. Concentrate on your performance.
Okay. On that note, thank you guys for the support. I will do my utmost tomorrow I'm playing Blue Baum. It's a double elimination format. I would be honored if you joined. I don't even know if the event is being commentated. That's the crazy part. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. I will definitely do a debrief stream, win or lose. Trying to be a little bit more professional, and definitely more YouTube content coming up soon. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for all the support through thick and thin. I will play a few more games, try to get that rating back up, and we'll take it from there. All right. Thanks, everybody. Be well, be healthy, be safe.
You can clearly tell he's absolutely unstable. He's absolutely unstable. I have never seen him before like this, and maybe I don't know him that well, so I have not seen like a crazy amount of content from him. But he seems extremely off. Actually, somebody is also linking a timestamp from actually there's the stream actually with the chat open. Somebody put the timestamp here.
Reckon with. Do I think an afterlife exists? Dude, I think if I initiate this particular branch of the conversation, I might find out whether an afterlife exists by the end of it.
Okay, that's insane. Okay, so he's basically saying that thinking about like a question about the afterlife is kind of making him suicidal. Damn. So somebody posted this timestamp. People are in this chat actually saying, "Can you go to sleep? Like, just stop streaming. If you're like so distraught, if you're feeling so down, just go to sleep." And actually, a lot of people saying it, which is not exactly helping. He's already in a weird mood already, but he's actually being stressed out by his live chat, is from what I can tell. And it seems like there's also evidence of people insinuating that he is cheating as well. And I think now is the time to actually talk about that. So now we have pretty clearly seen that Daniel was extremely bothered by comments on Reddit, in his live chat, people just being very annoying with him, especially around this topic of cheating. And you might ask, where does this come from? And it comes from Vladimir Kramnik, who is known for being one of the biggest accusers of cheating in chess in the whole world. So I think the most insane thing I have seen so far is this screenshot. This is insane. And I've seen this at a couple of points. So I don't think that this is fake. So this is on October 19th. This is actually on the day. This is on the day that Naroditsky has been found dead. This is the day. He's saying, weird. Noticed yesterday morning some people talking about strange recent stream of Naroditsky, but checking again in a few hours. Many things erased. Anyone? What happened that forced them to act in such a rush? Normally they don't clean in such a rush. Although erasing materials from the internet is their trademark. Not on web means never happened. Must be something quite interesting, I think. This is I think once the news broke. He says, all in all, typical nowadays world of chess. The only thing everyone cares about is looking great and pretending there are no issues. Even if it's about long-term major problems. Stop this double-faced hypocrisy for once. Try helping to solve them. But I think this top section here, it's so clear. He's clearly saying that there was like some weird stuff going on Daniel's stream, and they deleted the VOD to delete evidence that there was like some cheating going on, some cheating. By the way, there's actually an image from Daniel with Kramnik. Let's not forget that Kramnik was the world champion from 2000 to 2007, and Daniel was a very gifted young child, got into grandmaster status at 18. So this is not surprising. And by the way, both of them are actually born into Russian-speaking families. So a couple of days after Naroditsky has passed away, actually 2 days ago, Vladimir Kramnik actually posted this statement. Vladimir Kramnik, the absolute demon, is posting, I would like to express my deepest condolences to all of Naroditsky's loved ones in connection with the tragic and untimely passing of this remarkable chess player in person, which has deeply shaken me personally and the entire chess world. To my profound regret, this tragic event has become an opportunity for some to exploit it for their own interests and to launch an unprecedentedly cynical and unlawful campaign of harassment against me and my family. In this regard, I would like to make the following statements. I have never made any personal attacks or insults towards Daniel Naroditsky. Despite the tensions in our relationship, I was the only person in the chess community who noticing on video Daniel's obvious health issues a day before his death, publicly called for him to receive help. Unfortunately, this plea was ignored by everyone. So he's kind of portraying himself as the only one who was trying to save Naroditsky. And then 3, my private and public request made a year ago for a review of Grandmaster Naroditsky's compliance with fair play rules were ignored. So what he's trying to say is fair play rules. He's trying to say this dude was cheating and nobody heard me, despite a significant amount of evidence, only part of which was published, supporting the validity of this request. I have always been and remain ready to write these materials to any relevant authority. He's still trying to expose Daniel for being a cheater, in his opinion, which is actually completely unfounded. Magnus and Hikaru have played countless games against and have never said that he's like, have never had any suspicion about Naroditsky. Certain provocative statements by public figures such sometimes escalating to blatantly false and criminal accusation against me regarding Daniel's death, which have led among certain provocative statements by public figures, sometimes escalating to blatantly false and criminal accusations against me regarding Daniel's death, which has led, amongst other things, to threats to the safety of myself and my family and violations of my personal rights, will be the subject of criminal and civil lawsuits currently being prepared by my lawyers. Kramnik's lawyer front of like 50 lawyers are working overtime right now to sue everybody on X. I welcome the officially announced opening of a criminal investigation in the United States into the circumstances of Daniel Naroditsky's death, and if needed, can even assist the investigation with some important non-public information at my disposal. This is the best part. Finally, with full responsibility, I want to state that I am in good physical and mental condition, and under no circumstances am I planning to take my own life. So he's saying the chess mafia is after him. They are trying to kill him. They are trying to Jeffrey Epstein him. They are trying to make it seem like a suicide. This is so deranged. Here's an older statement of Daniel, actually, about the Kramnik situation.
But this is a sustained, evil, and absolutely unhinged attempt to destroy my life, and I really don't, I'm tired of mincing words at this point. He is trying to ruin my life. He's trying to inflict emotional harm, physical harm on me. He knows exactly what he's doing. And this is one of the most wicked people that I've ever dealt with. I'm not trying to seek attention with this, but the people who are buying into this narrative, they exist. But this is a sustained evil and absolutely unhinged.
There are also a lot of like weird people shifting blame, saying amount of love giving to Daniel's post-mortem is unprecedented. But here's the problem. Where are all of you? But here's the problem. Where have you been when Daniel was alive and unwell? This is such a weird narrative. The problem is the one who's doing the harassment, not the one who has been a friend to Daniel. He obviously, Daniel Naroditsky, actually, he had friends, he had a trainer, he had people around him. It's not like this was like a lonely person. But the harassment and his like chess performance just being affected by this harassment, this is actually what pretty much affected him the most. I mean, there might be other things that we don't know about. It's just, this is what we can clearly see has affected him. As a fact. And this guy, by the way, Emil Sutovsky, this is actually the ex-president of the Association of Chess Professionals. So this guy actually means something, right? This guy is of relevance, and he has this long text about the Daniel situation. He's saying he wasn't clearly his best in the recent months, and now everybody who's claiming that they loved him, where have you been? What did you do? All these Kramnik attacks. I mean, there is certainly something to say about like maybe co-signing Daniel and not letting him be alone with this. But I think the major guilt is still on the people who are harassing him and not on the people who were friendly with him. This is, by the way, Emil Sutovsky, who is actually currently the FIDE's CEO since 2022. And this is the guy who posted this long rant. So now people are basically summarizing his statement like this. be Emil Sutovsky, be the CEO of FIDE. Kramnik goes off the rails, gets so many complaints, do nothing. Tragedy strikes, full chess community mourns and rages. Write a post asking where were these people during these hard times, ignoring your own inaction. So basically people are very upset with this whole thing of shifting blame. Kramnik is now saying everybody's at fault, like the chess mafia, which is like his own thing that he makes up in his mind. The chess mafia is at fault for, I don't know, I don't even know what he's complaining about. Then this guy, the CEO of FIDE, he's saying, okay, everybody who has been Daniel's friends, all of these people should have done something. They should have done something about Kramnik's attacks. And yeah, and everybody else is saying, well, you guys let Kramnik do this for a long time. You never disavowed him as like the biggest chess organization. Like, why are you guys now shifting blame? It seems like these whole cheating controversies are just like such a loss for everybody. There's also this video from Magnus Carlsen from 2 days ago, from the 21st. And here also Magnus said something interesting.
It's on my next game. I knew Naroditsky for many years. Like, we weren't close, but we played a ton of games against each other. Very respectful, very nice. I spent many hours not only watching his games, but also watching his streams, which were both exciting for his incredible gameplay, but also great explanations. With the whole Kramnik situation, not only with Naroditsky, from the beginning, I would say that obviously I've had problems with him in the past, not like big problems, but when he was starting to this kind of crusade against cheating online, I did feel that at the start, even though like I didn't agree with his numbers, I thought at the end of the day he is kind of fighting a good fight, but that turned on his head completely.
I really appreciate how honest Magnus is here. He's saying that even though he was skeptical of Vladimir's Kramnik's numbers, so what he's saying is like analysis of like accuracy. So basically saying like certain players have an accuracy that is allegedly too high to be like from a human player. So basically saying, okay, some people just numbers wise might have unreasonable results. That is something that Kramnik claimed. And Magnus is saying that even though he kind of had issues with those numbers, he was kind of saying, okay, at least this guy is doing like something, like he's fighting the good fight, like he's fighting against cheaters, which is something that Magnus supports. But I think he kind of conveys that he now understands that he was kind of wrong in thinking that it was just somebody like just blatantly harassing people.
First of all, he started to go after Hikaru, which seemed crazy, but I thought that was bad in itself. But when he started going after Naroditsky so hard, first of all, I don't think anybody thought that Naroditsky was cheating. And
so basically, what Magnus is saying that Hikaru is one of the most documented players online because he has such a big and long streaming history, and it's completely unfeasible to believe that he's cheating. It makes just absolutely no sense. And for Daniel Naroditsky, it's pretty similar, right? He's also a live streamer, and also he also said that he has played a lot of games with Naroditsky, and I think that, like Hikaru said in his stream that he played even more games. He played thousands of games with Naroditsky. So if Naroditsky was a cheater, they would have known this. There would have been so much evidence about this, and nobody actually believed this at all. Only Kramnik and like his sicko fans.
Coming from me, make of it what you will. Some people will say that I have very little credibility on the matter, but I personally, like in private, I expressed that I was sorry for what he was going through and supported him. Probably should have done that publicly as well, but I think people can understand some of the reasons why I was was reluctant to sort of do that.
So basically, what Magnus is saying here is that because he actually accused Hans Niemann back in some years ago, he kind of he didn't directly accuse him, but he kind of insinuated that there was like something fishy going on because Hans had cheated before as a teenager. He was actually on stream, and it was proven that he cheated. I think I don't even know if he actually. So because Magnus was actually the one who accused somebody of cheating, he's like, okay, I can now not be the one who's kind of saying, oh, it's wrong to accuse people of cheating. So that's why he just expressed his support privately to Daniel, but he says no, he kind of wished he would have done it more publicly just because it would have meant something. And also, maybe it would have swayed the public opinion as well. Then also, there's a statement from Kramnik. I think this is already deleted because I didn't find it on his page. But Kramnik said, someone just died. He said this today, right? It's the 23rd of October. Somebody just died. Maybe it's time for you to stop this crap blaming and shaming without slightest evidence, obviously causing huge damage and potential tragedy. Think about it, Wesley. Okay, Wesley So has already spoken out against Kramnik as well. This is an insane statement. This guy is so evil. It's crazy. He's saying, stop this crap blaming and shaming without slightest evidence. This is his MO. This is what he's doing. He is just blaming people, accusing people without slightest evidence. This is his order of operations. What the hell? Like, how is this not? Why are you writing this paragraph? How is this not obvious to you that people will throw this back in your face, like directly? This guy seems like to be like such a fumbling idiot.
Daniel, there have been some accusations and everything we know in the chess world. Are you here to prove some people wrong?
No, I talked earlier on another interview that I gave about this. I've sort of been less nice about the particular individuals driving this agenda forward over time because I gave them the benefit of the doubt the first month. The second month I was a little bit more firm. By now, I've made it very clear to people I'm a retired 2600 player. I've got absolutely nothing to prove. Like, I've never played casual blitz ask any top player in the US, Fabi, Levon, literally anybody who I've played casual blitz with, how I play. So the fact that this has been going on for as long as it has been it's deeply frustrating to me. And not because it's me personally. If I depersonalize myself, it's a great shame. So when the history of chess is going to be written, this will be a very, very dark chapter. Vlad has been allowed to go on with his nonsense for as long as he has, but because behind the scenes some top players are not outspoken enough to make it clear that the patients are not running the insane asylum.
Clear statement right here.
It was among the most difficult periods of my life, and I don't say that lightly. There were moments where I felt like my life was collapsing in front of me. That like people are actually believing this. Dina, that I play like OTB chess, OTB blitz. I live for that. It was like such a shell shock. It was like everything I built was crashing down because of like, what? Like where are the defending voices? Like, why is this happening? I'm still recovering from it, to be honest.
There's actually a petition right now as well. Like, people are so mad about this. There's actually a petition to ban Vladimir Kramnik and revoke his title and norms. This is like an insane thing per ethics standards. I mean, it's kind of hard to rewrite history here, but I don't even think that this is in any way gonna happen. But I mean, this already has like almost 10K. It's a lot. It's a lot.
All right, guys, so let's cover this article. We have this article, Nihal Sarin on Daniel Naroditsky's death. Vladimir Kramnik, has kind of literally taken a life.
This is a very steep headline. I wonder if Kramnik, I could just imagine that he would like to sue these people. I don't know if he's able to do that. I don't know if he lives in Switzerland or if he's in Russia or something, because I think I saw something about Switzerland. I don't know if that's possible to sue somebody from Switzerland that successfully than somebody who lives in the United States, but oh no, this is actually the Indian Express. Okay, I don't see any success here for Mr. Kramnik, so I think this headline will stay up. The Indians are not caring about like some sort of legal system in wherever Kramnik lives. So that's kind of the upside.
An American chess star and New York Times columnist death sparks intrigue. Indian GM blames Russian GM who's made an allegation of cheating.
Yeah, okay, so this guy, Nihal Sarin, this Indian chess player, is actually, he was the first one to speak out very loudly against Kramnik after the death of Daniel Naroditsky.
The relentless, baseless accusations of public interrogations he faced in recent months caused him immense pressure and pain. This has to stop. When respected figures spread unfounded allegations without accountability, real lives are destroyed. Daniel's smile faded after the attacks began. We all saw it. The chess world has lost one of its brightest lights, someone who made our game accessible to millions. Rest in peace, Daniel. You deserve so much better. You know, the point that I'm gonna make right now about this whole topic, which is when people talk about this, a lot of people are gonna be like, "Who cares? He's just one old crazy guy saying things." I'm gonna tell you guys, when you grow up in the world of chess, like I'll just use myself as an example. When I'm a young kid, I'm looking up to like Gary Kasparov, Vishy Anand. I've spoken numerous times about how the World Championship at the World Trade Center in New York was so inspiring for me. It played a huge role in me getting really interested in chess. You have these people that you look up to. Like, these people are giants in the game. If you get the title of world champion, it is a title and a level of prestige which no one else, which like just so few people have it, that it carries so much weight. Even for myself, when Kramnik started this nonsense 2 years ago, like, it really took me aback. It really had a very, very negative effect on me. And actually, I played very poorly in that tournament. And like I've said, I'm very fortunate. I have a lot of fans. I have a lot of support. I'm very, very strong mentally. But if it had that effect on me, you can only imagine the effect it has on others. And to make it back at it, and that's kind of the point. Kramnik is not, it's not something where it's like you say one thing and you stop. He continues to attack people over and over and over and over again. And it's never ended. Daniel Naroditsky, based on his last name, of course, he is of Russian heritage, and he grew up speaking both English and Russian. His parents are from Russia, I believe, so he speaks both languages. And with Kramnik being a Russian player, a Russian speaker, I mean, Russian being his first language, there was a lot of talk in the Russian circles, and there were a lot of people there specifically who were on Kramnik's side. So Kramnik's stuff, Dan is saying this both in English, but then he's also saying it in Russian as well. So he's getting a double dose of it. Whereas everybody else, you see the nonsense in like English and that's it. And then, you know, the problem is most people did not say anything about it. Like, if you look at it, the only person who stood up for him was myself. And that's not to like give myself a pat on the back. I don't feel good. I feel terrible. No one is saying anything publicly about it. No one's saying anything. I think it's because, frankly, people are afraid of Kramnik going after them, if I can say that.
I actually think this is one of the most important points, because like people are saying, oh, people were quiet about this. People were just like, I don't know, I don't want to be accused next. I don't want to be the next guy that this maniac is going after.
Taking to X, Kramnik posted, "Don't do drugs." He then referenced a strange recent stream by Naroditsky. Like, this is just so fucking rich.
Very cynical. Very cynical to just accuse people of doing drugs and cheating and whatnot, just everything at once.
Sorry, guys, I don't know if I'm going to post this, but this is so rich coming from Kramnik. So rich coming from Kramnik. Don't do drugs. So rich.
Okay, it's Nakamura. Is Hikaru insinuating that Kramnik is doing drugs? Interesting. Okay.
Basically, this specifically, after the game ends in like Title or SCC or Comet Chess, one of the streams I did, that you can't pop open the analysis. I'm almost convinced that that's because of Kramnik. Because Kramnik started crying like a little baby after these videos were done, where it's like Hikaru can see the eval bar. So in spite of all the damage that Kramnik has done, there's so many of these little issues that still there are things that are happening because of Kramnik. Also, why was there the emo mode only mode? Because of Kramnik. Why is there the delay? Because of Kramnik. All these things are because of Kramnik. Kramnik got these things that some of which should never have been implemented, and Chess.com basically caved in because he's a former world champion.
Interesting. The Kramnik is terrorizing everybody, including like chess federations, chess organizations, chess companies like chess.com. This is crazy. Like this man has way too much power.
But unlike me, Daniel actually tried to be diplomatic. He tried to he mistakenly assumed that Kramnik was doing this in good faith. That when Kramnik was like, talking about cheating in chess and all this other stuff, it was in good faith. When of course it was not in good faith. It was done completely in bad faith the whole way from start to finish. So then Daniel actually engages him. He, I think, did a stream with like 3 cameras, then like 5 cameras, and 6 cameras, like to the point of absurdity, and still that didn't shut Kramnik up. Kramnik continued to accuse him of cheating over and over and over again.
I think this is one of the most important things that has been said so far. I think this is like so important. Hikaru was saying that Daniel Naroditsky actually added more cameras because he was accused of cheating. He added more cameras so you can see that he's not having like a separate monitor where like separate screen where like a chess engine is running, that there's like not like his phone on the table. He was just showing everything so you can see that there is no way for him to just cheat while playing online. So he was kind of almost he was trying his hardest, almost obsessing about just proving people wrong. And this is like one of the most disgusting things. The fact that this accusation of cheating, it's just like, it is guilty until proven innocent. And I think this is one of the most demonic things, that just people can just say, oh, you're cheating, and like point to like some sort of like stream clip or something. And then after that, it's just, you're branded as this cheater, and people are just going crazy about it. And then your fans are always posting in the chat and such. People posting online in Russian forums and such. And Naroditsky was actually taking it to heart, because this was like a grandmaster that he met as a child. We saw the image. It is just so evil to just accuse people of that, and just not letting up, just not letting it just linger out, just continuously, like to the point where he's on the day that Daniel died, on the day that he was found dead, on that day we saw it. Kramnik posted, oh, something funky is going on in the streams. People were deleting the bots. What happened? So this guy is certainly a different type of evil when it comes to like this online harassment, especially.
What did I do? This is ridiculous. No, okay. Everything is clear about this game to me, completely clear. I mean, d4 move, it just wouldn't even cross my mind. 89.8, not so much, but no doubt. For me, I report. Yeah, I mean, especially if d4 is the best move, I mean, that very often one move is enough indicator. It's just like impossible to find d4. Absolutely impossible. Let's check if it's the main move.
So Kramnik is saying one move is enough to say that somebody is using an engine. One move is enough?
If it's the best move. It's second line, yeah. No, I mean, one move, clear indicator to me. I mean, it wouldn't even like cross remotely my mind, such move. I mean, even in classical game, I'm not sure. In Blitz, no chance at all. So everything is very clear to me about this game. I report. Oh, somehow, I don't know. I don't even want to continue really this game. Just H3, of course. Yeah. Okay. No, it doesn't matter. I mean, this is just. Yeah, everything is clear again. Okay, it will be the last game of this event. Okay, doesn't matter, I play some moves. I mean, just a shame, yeah, the whole story. It's complete shame. Doesn't matter, I finish, yeah, this. You saw everything, I suppose. Everything is pretty clear to you. I guess it's again 90 a lot.
This guy is just... It's almost like impressive, like how he's just savagely accusing, like probably like this is a GM, probably with like a name people recognize, Vitaly Bernarditsky, Vitali. This is a known GM. This guy actually has a Wikipedia. This is a Ukrainian GM. And just Kramnik is just losing a game against somebody who's like 140 points lower rated than him. And he's just saying, okay, this guy must be cheating. Even though this guy is just... This is a known GM. He has a similar rating, just a bit lower than me. And like this guy is clearly cheating. Okay, this Kramnik is it's so insane.
Game review, okay, 90 a lot, I can assure you.
90 a lot accuracy. What the hell?
92.4, yeah. Okay.
Is that even that high? I don't even think that's that crazy. So you could go through this whole 10-minute clip of just him just blocking, banning, reporting people. He's just assuming that everybody's a cheater. Everybody who wins, like who has like 100 or 150 points less rating, is just all cheaters. And then he will relentlessly tweet about these people online, just putting it on X, just saying people are cheaters and such, harassing people. This can't go on forever. Either people stop taking this guy serious, or this has to stop somehow. So let's wrap things up. So rest in peace, Daniel Naroditsky. It's clearly a shame what happened. He died before he was 30 years old, which is, I mean, who wants to die before 30? That's just such a young age. And then also somebody who clearly just didn't enjoy life anymore. It's just such a sad situation. I think the main takeaway is that online harassment is just very cruel, and you have to understand that you are taking a risk with this whole like bullying and such. You are taking a risk that you are ruining somebody's like mental state. And you might cause somebody to want to kill themselves, basically. I think that's something that we all need to understand when we post online. I personally am not a person who's just like lingering, like somebody just chilling in live chats just to trigger people. I've never done that. I sometimes write like a funny or like a critical YouTube comment, but not to like an obsessive level. Like these people in these live streams, this is like a next level thing. And those are like, some of those people are Kramnik's lackeys. Those are his people who harass people for him. And I think something has to be done about it. Kramnik has to lose some of his reputation, some of his power. I think that's what needs to be done. I don't know who can do this, if FIDE is the organization to do this. And I don't think we can't say that Kramnik is like guilty for like causing this death. Like this is obviously not true. We don't know how many other things bothered Daniel. We don't know, but at least there is like a strong evidence that this played a part. This contributed to his personal like emotional problems. Like this definitely had an effect on him. That's everything about that. Rest in peace, Naroditsky, and I hope people will see Daniel Kramnik as what he is. I think that's the most important thing. That's it, people. Joe out.